Hi, I'm Clyde, and welcome to Basic Works. Today, we're going to unclog a bathroom sink. You can do this. I'm going to walk you through step by step. These parts shouldn't be very tight. You may need a pair of pliers, but that's about it. And I'm going to show you an option that makes it so easy to clean the next time, you won't believe it. Let's do it. One of the most common areas you're going to find a sink clogged at is in this drain stopper assembly. Now let me go over a couple types of stoppers. There's this style, which is the pop-up stopper. Another type is push pop. This type could just pull out, clean it, put it back in, and you're done. A variation to this is that you may be able to rotate the top of this cap counterclockwise. This is probably one of the most common, where you have this pivot rod lifting the drain stopper, which means you're going to have to take this assembly apart. If you've got standing water in your sink, you can just take a paper cup or something and fish it out into a bucket. So the first thing you're going to do is put this stopper in the up position and just take a folded paper towel or whatever, put it underneath here so it doesn't drop down and seal when we go to remove these parts. Now if your sink was full, set a bucket or something under this drain area just to catch any water that's stored in this piece of pipe. Now this pivot rod is going to be connected to this strap with this clip. You don't necessarily have to remove this as long as you have clearance in the back from here to the wall to get this pivot rod out. Unscrew this pivot nut. You'll see this ball joint, and then you're just going to remove this piece. There may be a washer in here. The beveled edge is going to face toward the ball joint. And this is why I told you to put the paper towel under this in the beginning. You're going to want to lift this out. This is where I'm going to warn you, this could be gross and it could really smell. So you might want to put some gloves on. But you're going to reach into here and pull this out. You're going to take a small tool like this paper clip that I had bent, reach down inside this pipe and start pulling out all the debris that was stuck in there. Once you have everything removed that was clogging up your drain, you're going to clean up this stopper. We're going to reinstall the pivot rod just by turning this nut back onto these threads. If you over tighten this, you won't be able to move this rod. The manufacturers make them this way so you can make it removable or non-removable. That lift rod is sitting in the pipe this far. So if you install it with this hole toward the back, this pivot rod goes through the hole and makes it so you can't remove it. But if you sit this 90 degrees off, it sits on the pivot rod. So the pivot rod will still lift it up and down. If you install it as removable, you can just pull it out of the sink, clean the hair and stuff out, and put it right back in. When you get everything hooked back together, test it and just feel around this joint and look here and make sure there's no leaks. Other than that, you're good to go. If that did not solve your problem, if there was nothing in here, there's still another cause of a clog down here in this P-trap. Put a towel in a bucket or something down here because water is stored in this trap. So all you're going to do is turn these slip nuts counterclockwise. You're going to dump the water out into your pan and you may well see a clog down in here. To get rid of that, you're going to take a paper towel and twist it. Fish it down into this piece of the trap. And once again, you may well be wearing gloves. You're going to pull this through and that's going to clean out this P-trap. You're going to install this in the trap. And this washer, being beveled, makes the seal on the inside of this pipe. Put your slip nut down, rotate it clockwise to tighten it. Back and forth so that they reach the right levels to line up with the pipes. And make these hand tight. Once you get this reassembled, run some water into the sink with the drain closed, open the drain, flush this water down through here that you had from the sink. Once you've checked this for leaks, you're good to go.